jumped out on them big 3, 4. They've not been behind by 3 touchdowns this season.
Yeah, and that's why I said earlier, in our pregame show, I don't know, like both of us, we don't know what Northwest Cabarrus has seen this year, but I don't think they've seen a team like Kings Mountain.
I tell you, they're not as excited now as they were at the start of the game.
No.
And about the third kickoff, where they were about to have to return that third kickoff from Kings Mountain after the third score, the coach went to put his hand in. None of the players put their hands in. It's like the kick return team at the very least had given up at that point, and it was still early in the first quarter.
Getting ready for kickoff here.
So the referee holding up the opening kickoff. He's got a sideline warning for Northwest Cabarrus here to start the second half.
Not as a sideline warning on Kings Mountain. They're going to back this up. So now Kings Mountain will be kicking from their 25-yard line on this opening kickoff. So this is a chance, like you said, for Northwest Cabarrus, if they want to get this offense going, hey, this is your opportunity to get great field position, because Kings Mountain usually doesn't kick it very deep.
So after the penalty, kicking off from the 35, kicks away. It goes deep. It's a good one.
That was a great kick.
Oh, he fields it before it goes out of bounds. Foolishly.
I think that was a mistake.
Definitely. If it goes out of bounds, you bring it all the way near midfield, around the 45. He scooped that thing up at about the 15, running towards his own end zone.
Yep, if I'm head coach, I'm saying, look, I know you want to return this ball.
But you had to see it was going to go out of bounds.
But now we're starting at 35. Not even. I think it's the 25.
Yeah.
No, in between, about the 23.
So the 40, 45.
Yeah, we could to 40, 45. But you know what? They got the ball now. Now it comes down to see what kind of adjustments they made at halftime for this offense.
Start with 4 wide receivers, 3 down low, 1 up top. Quick pass over the middle, caught. Tackled immediately, but not before he picks up about 12 yards and a first down.
Pass was caught by Jakiri Bennett.
The little bit of success they had on that last drive was through the air, so Kings Mountain been stuffing the run game all night. Let's see if they try to open it up by passing a little bit.
So we'll see what Kings Mountain does on defense. We know what they did in the first half. Very disruptive defensively, got to the quarterback. He never had a clean pocket. And they did, in fact, get to him, but he rolls left, and he's got some room out in front of him.
It's a hold.
Yeah, that was a big hold, but a no call.
Jesus.
That was a huge hold right there right in front of us.
He literally was holding him from behind. He had both arms wrapped around him so that he couldn't go tackle the guy.
Yes, he did.
See how they missed it.
But so far,
ain't counting on the referee to tackle nobody.
So far, so good for Northwest Cabarrus.
Eventually got him to the ground, 3 yards short of midfield.
Been able to have some good success here. Early 2 plays, already got a first down. That's really one of their better drives they've had all day. It's a little out route pass caught by number 1 again. That is Jakiri Bennett moving the ball up the field chunk by chunk.
Got it into Kings Mountain territory. That may even be the first time they've crossed midfield other than that last drive.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Not but a handful of first downs until the end of the second quarter, and they've come out ready to play here in the second half.
I think they're trying to get Wilds Lawing just into a little bit of a rhythm. Most of his pass plays have been little dinks and dunks, out routes, little hitch routes. So they're just trying to get him in a rhythm. 2nd and 4, and this is a little screen play. And the missed tackle.
Two missed
tackles. Tyrese Blake able to get the first down and more.
Tell number 8 shoved usually straight in the back. Another no call. And the sticks are going to move again. Northwest Cabarrus crowd comes to life a little bit.
Well, if you're Northwest Cabarrus, this is some of the more, how do I want to put this? One of the most successful drives you've had so far, so you can afford to make some noise right now. Fake sweep, and it's a pass way over the intended receiver's head. Everybody wants a flag on the play. There was no need for a flag on the play. If anything, the ball was uncatchable.
Yeah, I agree. There was some jostling there. ball sailed well out of bounds, though. I believe you're right there, Hunter. That may have been the very reason they didn't call it.
Yep.
There was definitely some contact there by Ussery. That's where they wanted to call, but
2nd and 10 now. And it is going to be a draw play, and he has yards in front of him, a blocker in front of him. Pacehour comes across and slows him up enough. But that was once again Tyrese Blake on the draw play, able to get up and in the red zone down to the 9-yard line. So they're knocking at Kings Mountain's door right now. Kings Mountain looks like they've come out a little sluggish on defense.
They're in the red zone now. Should find the going a little tougher here. Let's see if Kings Mountain defense able to bend but not break.
Always tougher the closer you get.
Got a man in motion. Quarterback sacked in the backfield, lost his footing. Was going to try to run with it, and just when he went to take off, he just slipped. Was collapsed on by the defense.
What these teams need to remember is, I know it's not raining right now, but it has been on and off just a little bit each time. So this field's going to be a little slick. You got to watch your footing. You got to watch your footing. That really hurt Wild Glowing right there, as he did in fact just lose that back foot. Trips to the right, lone receiver down at the bottom. Pockets collapse. Lawing slips out.
Defense comes up.
Kobe Pacehour pulls up on him, is able to tackle him.
Near the sideline.
Yep.
He's inside the 10 at about the 8.
Kobe Pacehour used that speed to get across field to try and track down Wild's Lawing, and he was able to do it.
Had the look of a horse collar, but he had him by the shoulder pads. Didn't have his hands inside the neck hole. That's what brings the horse collar. Had him by the shoulder pads. Clean tackle. Just looked a little suspicious.
It did. And Northwest Cabarrus' sidelines wanted a flag, but wasn't.
It had the look of a horse collar, but you got to be in that neck hole of the jersey to get that call. And I don't think he was. Going to bring up 3rd and about 8. A big 3rd down play coming here.
Got a flag on the play. We'll see what this is.
Don't know that it could be a penalty. Or what it could be. Illegal formation, too many men on the field, late sub, who knows? I have a feeling this thing might get waved off. They're discussing it rather deeply.
Yeah.
And I do feel like they're going to just replay the 3rd down here. No, we got something on the offense. Don't know what that signal was. Arms across the chest.
Delay of game.
Thought that was a different signal.
Yeah, thought it was shoulders.
No, that's an official timeout.
No,
that's official timeout.
No, I'm talking. Isn't this delay of game?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Almost an interception. They were trying to high point a receiver. He was running a post, and he had his man. Had he put a little more air under it, but
yes, he did.
Kings Mountain defender, number 21, able to elevate and just get his hands on the ball. Almost came away with the interception.
21, Rashard Brooks.
He was fully extended,
the freshman.
So just able to bring it down, bat it out of the air. Yeah, that's another big play. Second time we've called his name tonight on a big play like that. Last time he strung a man toward the sideline, but that freshman showed up to play tonight in the 3rd round.
He sure did. He's come up big right there. We thought that was an easy another 7 points for Northwest Cabarrus, but now it is a 4th and long. Rolling out to his left is
left.
Lawing.
Oh, he's scrambling now.
He's scrambling.
He's out of the pocket directing traffic.
He throws that ball far out of the back of the end zone, and that is going to bring up.
He took a big hit as he let it go. No call.
Yeah, and that's going to bring on the defense and Kings Mountain's offense as they try to go for it on 4th down. I will say this.
Bend but don't break.
Yeah, bend but don't break. That's great defense by Kings Mountain. They started off a little shaky. They were able to dial it in as they got into the red zone. That's where it really counts if you're able to keep them out of the red zone, keep them out of the end zone. Their 3rd down defense has been really good tonight. Didn't really need it at all except for right here as they got close. So they were able to make a few adjustments mid-game, which is you like to see that. But let's see how the offense looks as it comes out. But Northwest Cabarrus, they got to be pretty excited for how they just looked right there on offense. They had some good offensive plays. It's a handoff to Kalen Mack, but he's stopped at the stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, not much of a gain, if any.
Not much of a gain at all. If you are Kings Mountain right now, don't necessarily think you need to just stick to the run game. I think you maybe need to come out here and don't be afraid to put another touchdown on the board. Kalen Wade, play action, looks for Kobe Pacehour. It's off of Pacehour's hands, but I thought there's a flag. Ooh, that was a deep flag. That came from way, way in the backfield.
Yeah, that's in the secondary for sure.
Yeah, I'm questionable about this call only because I don't think it was that referee's job to call it. I think it was because he was in the backfield. But, I mean, if he saw it, and it was, in fact, a pass interference call.
On Northwest Cabarrus.
On Northwest Cabarrus.
You hear that in the background. So
I don't like it when it's a call in the secondary and the umpire behind the line of scrimmage is the one that calls it. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is, but so the pass interference is a call. They're going to move this up.
I think the rule there is if you know you saw a penalty, even if it's not your area of the field, you still call it if the guy who was in that area did.
I mean, you're right.
They just say that if you know you saw it, just not call it because it wasn't supposed to be your call.
Oh, well, I understand that.
If you've ever refereed, but nobody is watching all 22 players, right? No. You've got a certain 3 or 4 guys you're supposed to keep an eye on, but you can't watch all 4 and 5 people at once either. You can only look at one place. So if you're looking at what's right in front of you and then the ball just happens to go a different direction, the other referees can make the call if they know for sure they saw a penalty and you didn't.
Pistol formation, handoff to Kalen Mack up the center. Looks like he gets maybe 2 yards on the run, maybe even a long yard.
Tell you something else, Hunter. I just noticed they took the quarterback over here. I saw the head coach from Northwest, took him to have a word with him. I leaned out over the rail, and I realized they've got replay facilities down there on their sideline. But I'm not 100% about this, but I don't think you're allowed to have an amenity for one side. If you're the home team and you provide an amenity for your team, you have to provide the same thing for the other team. It's kind of like having a heater or cooler on your side of the field, a mist tent, something like that. You can't have it on one sideline if you don't provide it for the visiting team also. So I'm not 100% sure if that replay facility they have on their sidelines is on the up and up, unless they also provide one for Kings Mountain.
I'm not sure about that as well.
I do know there's some little nitpicky rules to that nature where you're not allowed to have any sort of advantage on your home team sideline.
I agree.
I know for a fact that if you have a heater, you have to have one for the other team, or if you have a ventilation tent with mist and air conditioning, then you have to provide that for the visitors also. Don't know where that falls, though, under that rule, or if the replay facilities constitute that kind of thing.
Looks like it's another delay of game on Kings Mountain this time.
It's real professional out here in Northwest. They definitely have a good facility, good crowd. It's a nice atmosphere.
Very, very good facility.
Just not going their way tonight.
Pockets collapse, but Kalen Wade has got a wide open Britton, but Britton drops it out of that field.
Uncharacteristic drop from Britton, but if he hauls that in, he's on his way to the end zone.
That was a wide open wheel route. I mean, he was wide open.
Yeah, hit him in stride, and if he catches that like he does 99 times out of 100, he's on his way to the end zone.
I was about to say, if he catches that, he should have caught it. What's the golden rule of a receiver? If it hits you in the hands.
Well, I'll tell you what, I bet he complained at the guy who dropped his pass earlier in the game, and now that was his karma coming back. You can't blame the guy for dropping your pass, or sure enough, one's going to slip through your fingers. I bet you $1 million that's what happened. Remember earlier they did the double pass. He had a man wide open, slipped through his hands. Same thing happened to him just now.
Long third down, 3rd and 8. Wide open. That's almost the same exact play except a different receiver this time, and he pulls it in, number 6. It's Titus Phillips.
Titus Phillips.
Titus Phillips. It was almost the same exact route that Britton ran, a little wheel route just to the outside.
I'll tell you what.
He got the first down.
He's a good receiver as a tight end. They don't really need him so much because they've got talent and depth at the receiver position, but he'll sneakily, when you're starting to double-team Pacehour and you realize Britton's a threat, they'll slip him out in the seam, and he'll haul in a 15, 20-yard pass, and then he can add a few with the run, too, because he's definitely over 6 foot.
Players definitely to watch for on the outside of Kings Mountain. Besides Britton and Pacehour is Davidson and Phillips.
I think Usury chips in the offense occasionally, too, from things like the slot.
Yeah.
Or we'll even take a handoff occasionally.
So Kalen Wade, the quarterback keeper, design run for him, is able to get good yardage on the play.
I got to say, Northwest Cabarrus, when they came out and drove down the field and got into within the 10-yard line, they were about to do what they needed to do, and then just came up short. And, every second that passes, every play that Kings Mountain runs, their chances of the comeback just slip further and further away.
I agree.
At this point, even if they put together 2 or 3 good drives, they'd still find themselves needing 2 more.
2nd and 5, 6 minutes left in this third quarter, 35-7.
Ball bounces. He collects it on the first bounce and just runs with it. Good job by Wade to pick that up clean. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. That was actually fairly fortunate for Kings Mountain, considering the snap hit the ground.
So Kings Mountain, but see, this is what you fall trouble to if you're Northwest Cabarrus. You let yourselves get so deep in a hole in the first half. Kings Mountain is in no rush. They know that they've got the clock on their side. They can just keep running the ball, and especially if Northwest Cabarrus is going to give up the big play for a first down every third down. I mean, there's just no rush. As it's a 3rd down and 5, Kalen Wade looking towards the sideline, looking for a play change, or if they're just going to keep with this play. Kings Mountain is going to call a timeout. We're going to be back after this message, KTCBroadcasting.com.
Good morning. How did you sleep?
I didn't sleep at all. How about you?
Like a baby.
You don't have to endure the great outdoors. You can enjoy it with a Country Camping Corner RV. Take charge of your accommodations. Camping in our fine RVs, campers, pop-ups, or fifth wheels gives you control of your vacation experience. Take advantage of specials going on now. Visit Country Camping Corner today in Matthews or Kings Mountain or online at countrycamping.com.
Back here, Northwest Cabarrus High School. Timeout still right now. Kings Mountain took the timeout. 3rd and 5 on their 47. Getting closer and closer to midfield. 35-7. 5 minutes and 10 seconds in this third quarter. Play action, Kalen Wade looking deep for Kobe Pacehour. And I'm surprised there's not a flag out there on the field. They were all over Kobe Pacehour, hands on his shoulders, but
again, the ball may have been just
a little bit,
little too far out of the way for that to be
too uncomfortable.
reasonably catchable.
Yep. So with that, it'll bring a 4th down.
Yeah, when you get that contact down the field, for it to be a penalty, you got to decide that had they not been contact, he could have caught it. So again, able to get time off the clock. We've already gone through over half of the third quarter, and the score remains 35-7. So again, Northwest Cabarrus did put together a good drive, unable to come away with points though. So that's really what they needed to do really badly, is get some points out of that opening drive to make the comeback a realistic possibility. Now, punting it away again here. It's a booming punt, comes off the foot, good spiral.
It's going to take a Kings Mountain roll.
Yeah, gets inside the 15.
Yeah,
all the way down to the 12, Hunter.
Well, that's good field position for the Kings Mountain defense. We'll see if Northwest Cabarrus can come out here and have the same success that they had on their first drive. Unfortunately, just the closer they got, the harder it was for them to score.
Yeah. We threw the jinx on them where when we got inside the 10, we said, let's see if they are able to keep moving it as well as they have now that the field's gotten short.
Yep. Sure enough. So 4 minutes and 54 seconds, 35-7. Kings Mountain with the lead here, but still in the third quarter. 3 receivers to the left. It's a little screen play, little bubble screen. It is caught and taken forward for maybe 3 yards. Looks like it might bring up a 2nd and 7. It is, in fact, 2nd and 7.
There's a key injury to Northwest Cabarrus. Wide receiver comes limping off the field. I actually think it may just be mad at himself, but he's been laying some good blocks down the field. We've been accusing him of holding him, but he may just be a good blocker.
2nd and 7, empty backfield besides Lawing. 3 high receivers, 2 low. Lawing Got a little bit of time now. The pocket collapses. He rolls out to his right. Has a receiver wide open in the flat off of his hands. That's a huge drop. He was right there at the sticks.
Yeah, that was first down.
Wow.
He turned his head the last second. He was thinking to run. He knew he wasn't going to get hit, but he was trying to take off with that ball right before he caught it.
Parents and coaches listening, remember to teach your wide receivers or running backs, whoever's catching the ball, make sure it's in your hands first.
Yeah,
make sure it's in your hands. Do not think run before catch. Don't think about it. That's happened multiple times tonight. They're thinking about, hey, look at all this green grass I have in front of them, and then it just, boop, right off their hands.
That's indicative of the way it's going for Northwest tonight.
Two wide receivers high and low, running back in the backfield. Lawing taking a shot down the field on the wheel route, and it sails out of bounds. Uncatchable.
Running with him was Groves. Had a bit of a mismatch there. He had the height advantage and probably the speed advantage too, but Groves was with him step for step. Had to been a bit of a pass, he might have been able to come down with it, but I don't think he would have broken for a touchdown. Groves would have been there for the tackle.
4th and 7, 4 minutes to go, 35-7. Britton comes out here with the punt return team of Kings Mountain as Northwest Cabarrus is looking to punt this away. So after having a successful time moving the ball in their first drive, Northwest Cabarrus has got a quick 3-and-out right here.
I expect if he's able to, Britton will give us a good effort on this return because he's remembering that drop. He's ready to do something to make up for that.
I don't blame him. And this one looks returnable. Looks like he's going to let it take a bounce, and he fields it off the bounce. And he is swallowed up around the 50, really the 49-yard line.
That was excellent coverage by Northwest Cabarrus.
Yes.
He went to run left. There was a guy there. He looked to his right. There's a guy there.
Britton reaching for his ankle, and he's down on the field.
I think they just fell on him funny.
Yep, we're having an injury timeout on the field as he's grabbing his ankle. It is Chris Britton down on the field for Kings Mountain. We'll be back after these messages, ktcbroadcasting.com.
Bridges True Value Hardware is a family-owned and operated business conveniently located in downtown Kings Mountain. They remain as focused today on satisfying the needs of their customers as their founding fathers were in the 1880s. Of course, the products they carry have changed over the years, but not their interest in providing quality at a fair price. And no project is too small for their well-trained staff with nearly 200 years of cumulative experience meeting customers and solving problems. If you're tired of the box store experience, give them a try. Bridges Hardware, 301 West King Street, Kings Mountain. Call 704-739-5461. Buy more, save more at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby. Come in now and save up to $1,200 on select GE Profile appliance packages, refrigerators, dishwashers, ranges, and microwave ovens. Let Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center put a package together for you. Again, save up to $1,200 on select GE Profile appliance packages. Buy more, save more at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center. 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 3 on Saturday.
Back here, Northwest Cabarrus High School, 35-7. Kings Mountain all over Northwest Cabarrus. 3 minutes and 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Getting up to his feet, but about to be helped off the field is Chris Britton. I think maybe he might have got cleated in the ankle or rolled up on. I know he was reaching for his ankle when he came down, but good to see him actually walking now under his own power. Got a score update for you, Kings Mountain fans. I know you're up here, so you're definitely keeping an eye on the Charlotte Catholic Hunter Huss game. Charlotte Catholic is now up 20-7 with under 2 minutes left in the third quarter. So that's something definitely to keep your eye on. If this stands right now, looks like Kings Mountain, if you come out of here on top, as well as Charlotte Catholic, we will be traveling to Charlotte Catholic. But we got to get through with this game first, and Charlotte Catholic has to get through with theirs. Still a lot of time, a whole quarter left, as well with the final 3 minutes and 49 seconds here of the third. 1st and 10. Kalen Wade shotgun formation where Kalen Mack to his right. 2 receivers high, and he's going to hand it off to Mack. And Mack's got a big hole, and he's going to get up and forward for a first down and more.
Good vision right there by Mack, seeing that cutback lane.
Good vision, good. I was going to say good vision, good blocking up front by the big man.
I was going to throw out Quinn Davidson's in spelling Britton while he tends to that ankle. Probably be a good idea, unless this game pulls a little tighter. Keep Britton over there, put some ice on that, hide his helmet.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm
get a little closer.
Yeah, if I'm Kings Mountain and I score on this drive, I'm not afraid to shut him down.
No, he can pull up a chair and enjoy the fruits of his labors.
We're going to need him next week. This is another handoff out of the shotgun to Raquelin Mack. Mack fights forward for more and more yardage.
Yeah, if Mack's able to find chunk yardage like that between the tackles, they keep the offense on the field.
I'm going to tell you what.
Into the fourth quarter and looking for 5 scores in a quarter.
Raquelin Mack
ridiculous.
Does not have breakaway speed, but he is a big bruising back that is not afraid to just slam it between the tackles every time he gets the ball. And if you are a defensive lineman or a linebacker, it is wearing you out. That he just slams right into you. He does not shy away from contact. He looks for contact.
No, I actually think that last run was an off-tackle run, but once the once the defensive end got blown out, he just cut it back inside of him.
Kalen Wade keeps it. He finds 2 seams. And he gets the first down and more.
Yeah, into the secondary. Still keeps those feet moving and falls about 5 yards forward after first contact.
Oh, yeah. And that was just a pure athleticism by Kalen Wade on show right there, as he's able to split 2 or 3 defenders initially getting through the line of scrimmage. And he was able to get more yardage after that as well, as he picks up the first down. Coming onto the field right now, number 9, Bryce Fisher. Bryce Fisher coming onto the field to play the tight end position. And this is another handoff to Raquelin Mack, who gets to the edge because of great blocking, and he gets passed into the secondary. Kind of tried to high step right there. Knew he needed to stop. He wasn't quite across the line yet, but a touchdown for Raquelin Mack. And
that was just getting to be too much of an order for the defense to try to keep track of Wade and Mack. After Wade's last good run, he faked that. He faked like he was going to keep it, and every one of them just bit. And Raquelin Mack off the left tackle never got touched.
Not at all. He didn't get touched at all, and this is what this offense can do.
There was 15 yards between defenders, and he was running right between them. He was 7 yards from either one.
Kings Mountain is so balanced offensively. They're through the air, on the ground. It doesn't matter which way you want it. They can score. And if I'm not mistaken, all 6 of their touchdowns today have come on the ground. 4 of them for Wade and 2 of them from Raquelin Mack.
Yeah, I haven't seen any passing touchdowns now that you mentioned it.
Yep. And with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back after these messages, ktcbroadcasting.com.
Now's the time to buy your new Kubota from Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Right now, pay 0 money down. Get 0% APR financing for 60 months. Come on in now for all the details. All for good on the Kubota BX Series, the Kubota B Series, the Kubota L Series, and the Kubota MX Series tractors. Again, 0 money down and 0% APR financing for 60 months. Get your new Kubota today at Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive in Kings Mountain.
Back here, Northwest Cabarrus, 42-7.
Yeah, after that touchdown, that sent a few Northwest Cabarrus fans to the gate.
It really did. It really did. This is a deep kick, fielded at the 10-yard line and brought out to about the 20 where he's tackled. So Northwest Cabarrus' offense will take over at about the 20-yard line. 2 minutes left in the third quarter, 42-7.
Got an injury to a Northwest Cabarrus player.
Yep, but he's getting up. Looks like he can get off the field under his own power, but he is a little gimpy.
Maybe.
Grabbing at his ankle.
I think he's maybe supposed to be on defense. Ain't feeling it right now.
Nope.
Or on offense, excuse me.
Getting in the play from the
he's sent his substitute back. He's going to stay in.
Yep. Gimpy player stays in. I shouldn't call him that. His name.
He was slow to get up. Number 11.
At number 11, Israel Sturdivant Jr. was slow to get up. This is a little screen pass out to the side.
That was a block straight in the back.
For Tyrese Blake, absolutely. Well, it really was a block in the back, but Tyrese Blake was able to break 2 tackles to get a move on. Tyrese Blake is a big, big boy.
We got 2 players down in the same area. The Kings Mountain player maybe seems to be actually genuinely hurt.
And Kings Mountain is waving over for their medical staff to come and check on this young man.
Northwest Cabarrus player up quickly, but Kings Mountain players concerned for their teammate there. Haven't called a number. Maybe Clark, I heard. Oh, it's Ussery.
Oh, that's not good. Well, he's getting up. He's getting up.
Yeah, just a little gimpy.
Yep.
Not putting much weight on that leg. Hopefully it's something he can walk off, work out.
Nope, looks like he's going to need a little bit of help getting off the field. He's trying to get off the field by himself.
May have even been a cramp.
Yeah, it might even be a cramp. I would not be surprised. You got to stay hydrated, boys. Got to stay hydrated. He's going over to the sideline. Someone get this boy some pickle juice or some mustard.
I don't think it was a cramp. I really think he might have tweaked his ankle or his knee, though. He's just trying to shake it out. It was something that maybe hurt when it happened, but it's starting to dissipate.
Yeah, you hate to see any injuries on the field, but it's good to see that he was able to get off the field under his own power.
Hopefully Ussery and Britton both be fine for next week's contest.
2 wide receivers high, 2 wide receivers low. Looking to his left, it's another bubble screen play for Northwest Cabarrus. And that there is Israel Sturdivant. And Sturdivant is going, and he is all the way in for a touchdown. And that little screen play turned into a touchdown. That was all yards after catch. I'll tell you what, that was all speed and more speed. He just outran everybody. That was Israel Sturdivant Jr., who we originally thought was injured. It turns out his leg looked pretty good.
They said he set us up for that one.
Yep. Good blocking downfield. Sturdivant needs to thank all of his blockers in front of him.
Made sure to take Paysauer out of play.
Yep. So it is now 42-14. Well, 42-13. 14 point after is pending. And that is up and good. So 42-14, minute 28 left in the third quarter. Northwest Cabarrus showing they have a little bit of life in them. We'll be back after these messages. KTCBroadcasting.com.
It's time to get a new Traeger grill from Hometown Hardware in Kings Mountain. Come in out and see the selection. Plus, Hometown Hardware has accessories, flavored pellets, and rubs. And check out the line of case knives. And right now, buy a case knife, and you'll have a chance of winning a case Christmas knife. Hometown Hardware has the largest selection of case knives in this area. See Kyle and leave with a smile, or Joe and save some dough at Hometown Hardware, 110 South Railroad Avenue, Kings Mountain.
Back here, Northwest Cabarrus High School. After a long bubble screen taken for a touchdown, Northwest Cabarrus has put another score on the board. 42-14, Kings Mountain.
It's about, even though it's third quarter, it's time to be ready for an onside kick attempt here. I mean, they got to score like 5 touchdowns. It's about time for them to try the onside.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing the onside. I wouldn't be surprised as well, as it's, like you said, it's still
onside. Look at the ball.
Yeah.
Straight. It's almost leaning forward.
Yep, it is an onside kick.
Yeah, he stood it straight up, almost leaned it forward. That's just indicative of how a kicker, when he wants to top it so that it'll take that funny bounce. But, yeah, the onside's coming.
They got their hands team on.
They've overloaded the left side.
Yep.
So, yeah, here it comes.
It's got to go 10 yards.
And it does.
And it went right to Raquelin Mack, who falls on top of it at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, it feels like a shortstop, lays on it. Kings Mountain ball, midfield.
If you're Kings Mountain here, yeah, you want to put another score on the board, but do not get away from burning some clock. Got a minute 27 left in this third quarter.
You don't need to score. You don't even necessarily need to pick up first downs. You need to just get this game into the fourth quarter, and then they've got to score 5 times in the fourth quarter.
They have to score 5 times in the fourth. And this offense, I know they just had a huge touchdown play, but I was just speaking to you during our commercial. You know, bubble screens don't usually go this far. You could run that play 10 times, and maybe 9 times he doesn't even get that far. Yeah, that was almost an 80-yard touchdown. As Kalen Wade keeps it, gets back to the line of scrimmage. This is going to be 2nd and 10. But props to Northwest Cabarrus that they haven't given up. They have not given up. They're playing hard right now.
Yeah, defensive front 4.
Getting down to a minute left in the third quarter, 42-14. Kings Mountain with the lead. Kalen Wade jogging back over. Kalen, Kings Mountain not really playing too much up tempo right now. They're taking their time, letting the clock run down. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Kobe Pace out with a high receiver. And Kalen Wade is sacked. There's a flag on the play.
I don't know exactly what for.
I don't know who is it on.
If they call some sort of roughing or horse collar, I'm afraid he might have missed a little something there. So let's see what the call is. Looks like you're calling it on the Kings Mountain blocker, maybe a hold there as they were penetrating the pocket. Most upset is the offensive
lineman,
number 67. Going to get rung up for a hold there that he does not feel he committed.
Yeah, that is Blake Davis. Blake Davis.
Tell you what, though, don't you replay the down on those?
Yeah.
So we get the time.
It's a second.
Time comes off the clock, and we run that down again. And really, at this point, it's all about eating up clock. Like I said, if they can just don't have to score or get first downs, I just really like to see it get into the fourth quarter, and that's almost guaranteed to happen now.
And here's the thing with Kings Mountain, you let up a big play right there defensively on the last possession for Northwest Cabarrus. That doesn't happen every time.
No,
it does. So don't be afraid to put your defense back out on the field. They've played phenomenal all night.
Yeah, you don't want to give them a quick one-play score, 80 yards. Can't do that, but maybe once or twice with a big lead before you have to kind of stop the leak.
So Kalen Wade's going to be a direct snap to him as he keeps the ball. Gets about 2 or 3. So it's going to be maybe third down and 35.
Yeah, that was just a guaranteed keep it in bounds play.
Yeah, keep it in bounds. And
that will get us to the fourth quarter, Hunter.
Yes, it will.
8 seconds left on the clock, so as that winds down, referee will pick the ball up, turn the field around. We'll have 12 minutes left to see who's going to win this contest. But Kings Mountain up healthily 42-14 over Northwest
And
Cabarrus.
with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with the fourth quarter, 42-14. Kings Mountain all over Northwest Cabarrus. KTCBroadcasting.com.
'Tis the season for savings at Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain. Join us now through December 12th for our 12 days of savings sale. Our unbelievable deals will fill you with joy, like 35% off MSRP on a 2019 Primetime RV Navy with full bath, or a 2018 Coachman RV Freedom Express Blast Toy Hauler. Don't wait, these year-end specials won't last long. Visit Campers Inn RV, the RVer's trusted resource, or campersinn.com today. Exit 8 off I-85.
42-14. Kings Mountain still with the lead as we're getting ready to start the fourth quarter.
And still with the ball, Hunter.
And still with the ball.
It's third and a mile, but they do still have the ball. And if you think for a second that they can't connect on some a deep pass or even a short pass that gets loose and picks up this long first, well, then you haven't been watching the game.
You haven't been watching the game, and you haven't been watching Kings Mountain all year.
They've got plenty of big playability.
Yes, big playability, explosive offense, all over. Really, they got talent in every position.
It's going to take a secret from deep in the playbook. I tell you what, though, they are almost guaranteed to take a long pass down the field. That way, if it does get picked, it's just a nice arm punt.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they're about to air one out to one of their better receivers.
I'll be completely honest. I don't know if you necessarily have to air one out.
Look who's trying to sneak back into the game over
Chris
there.
Britton.
Yeah, he wanted to. Coach is on to him, but he's trying to slip back into the huddle. He looks like he's okay.
But I'll be honest, if I'm Kings Mountain, I don't necessarily take a shot right here.
Like I said, if they pick it off, it's an arm punt. You think it's more important to just get the clock rolling again?
I think it's just important to get the clock rolling.
Eat those 25 seconds.
Pistol formation, and sure enough, they're just going to run the ball as it's Kalen Wade. He gets out to the right side, and he makes up over half of that.
Yeah, about half of the 35 they needed for a first, but unfortunately that's only half, and they're still well short of a first. It's going to be fourth and about 20. Coming up.
But look at there, keeps the clock running.
Yeah, he stayed in bounds. That was the whole point of not taking a shot down the field. I like the call. I'm just being a little overly aggressive when you're up that much in the fourth. You really do just need to keep the clock running.
Absolutely.
They could have handed it off in between the guards if they wanted to. Third and 35. Let's run it up the middle. But yeah, direct snap, quarterback keeper all the way.
See what's happening. We got a little bit of standing around out here.
Well, the play ended up going into the Kings Mountain sidelines, and there's a player still down over there. I just now noticed it because he was in the big crowd. But, yeah, there's still a player sitting down. I think they're tending to him.
He's right there on the sideline. Just pick him up and put him on the
bench.
On the bench and let them take care of him. I know that sounds, I mean, it might sound cruel. It ain't cruel. You're right there.
That's exactly where they take him when they're hurt.
Yeah, when you're hurt, just pick him up. That's exactly what they're doing. They're picking him up and getting him off the field.
Ooh, is it number? It's not. Ooh, it's 11. It's Wade.
Kalen Wade.
Let's see who comes in to take the snap in his absence.
I think they're just going to punt the ball away. Wouldn't be surprised. Fourth down and 22. Yeah, if I was them, I'm like, yeah, let's just get rid of this ball and put our defense out on the field. Defense has played good all night, except for, just a huge bubble screen going, I don't know, about 80 yards for a touchdown. That don't happen every day.
Tell you what else, though. You've been in control of the whole game. You're up by several scores.
Yeah.
You've just seen Britton get hurt. You saw Ussery get hurt. Now you've got Wade over there, slow to get up. At some point, they might even consider going to the next level because, again, if you're just handing it off and trying to keep the clock running, you can about do that with any of your units.
Punt was away off the inside of his foot, but it still was able to roll down and dead at about the 38-yard line, so it made it over half field. So with I'll say this, your comment on, we got a flag on the field, it looks like. What's the flag on the field? It must have happened when I was looking away. We got unsportsmanlike conduct. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Northwest Cabarrus. That's going to back it up. These fans are not happy about that call. I don't really know what happened. I don't know if you saw it, Jason, when it made it happen. But it was, in fact, an unsportsmanlike call on Northwest Cabarrus. So this will back their offense up. Back it up to the 28-yard line.
Ooh, and it's still first down, but the markers didn't move with it. So it's first and 25. Yeah, our announcer just said first and 10, but he hadn't quite checked the sticks yet.
Not at all.
So first and 25.
Sticks didn't move at all. First and 25. Lawing takes the snap in the shotgun. Pocket breaks up. Deep shot down the field. And there's a flag on the play.
I didn't really see enough contact.
Not at all. And I thought 21 had his head turned looking at the ball.
Yeah, there was some jockeying for position. Both players had their hands out. But it's 42-14. That's what the referee saw. He's just making it look a little better because they just called a dead ball foul on Northwest Cabarrus. And again, in high school, this isn't even going to get them a first.
No, it is not.
It's going to get them back to where they started.
Now, if this was college, it would be spot of the foul.
Yeah, we'd have a problem there. But at least it's only 15 yards from the original original line of scrimmage. So, again, now it's just first and 10.
So they'll be back to what they could have originally been at as a first and 10. So, essentially, those two penalties just canceled each other out.
Yeah, that's all it was. They were giving it back to him. It was maybe regretted calling the unsportsmanlike.
Lawing taking another shot down the field, and it is caught and pulled in. Caught and pulled in by Israel Sturdivant.
That was Ussery. He was running with him step for step. It was a perfect pass, Hunter. Just dropped a dime in there. Couldn't have had much better coverage. So
not at all.
Nothing to be upset about other than, you got beat a little bit. He got behind you a step. Perfect pass. Again, Ussery, one of the better defenders. You can't test him too many times or you'll be disappointed. He'll come down with one of those. Oh, yeah.
And they're looking at him again, Sturdivant.
It was the exact same play.
Yep, exact same play.
He actually is maybe a hair faster than Ussery, or Ussery's trying to jam him off the line. Maybe ought to back off of him a few yards, just keep behind him. But he's doing a good job running with him. Again, that wasn't a perfect pass, and that's what it'll have to be in order for him to catch it. He is getting a step.
He is getting a step, but it's not by much. If Ussery was able to if he extends for the ball.
If it's not a perfect pass, he's going to be right where he needs to be to break it up. But if it is a perfect pass, he does have a minor amount of separation.
Sturdivant just was taken over to the sideline.
Yeah, different receiver now.
Trips to the left, and this is going to be a draw play.
Blocking the back. There they got it. Finally caught it.
Yep, and they did, in fact, get the block in the back.
Usher was in good position to make the play, and they shoved him right in the back.
But it was Tyrese Blake.
Did it right in front of the referee, though.
Tyrese Blake made a great couple of moves, couple of one-cuts.
Yeah, it was a nice little play. It was looking good. He just needed to beat him clean, and sure enough, he blocked him right in the back, right in front of the referee.
Yeah.
So that one's coming back, plus about 5
yards. Oh, no, they're waving it off.
You've got to be kidding me.
They just waved off the flag.
Are you kidding
On such a big play like that?
Man, they're just absolutely giving Northwest Cabarrus what they want so that they don't have to hear it from the fans. I mean, it was right in front of him. Never seen a more obvious block in the back.
I'll be honest.
On top of the press box,
I don't like to blame referees for keeping a game close, but that referee. Oh my goodness, that was a high snap, and I don't even think the kicker was ready. And it's no good. He missed the field goal. He missed the point after.
Well,
and let me tell you something.
He
missed it. This is what we used to say in basketball. If it was a foul,
the ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. That point after doesn't lie. That was a missed block in the back. But hey, 42-20, Kings Mountain still up by 22. We'll be back after this message. KTCBroadcasting.com.
At Brinkley Financial Group, financial planning is about more than investing for retirement. It's about building a relationship with money that enables you to greet whatever life throws at you with confidence and peace of mind. That relationship can begin today with a call to Brinkley Financial Group. Brinkley Financial Group is a family-run business, and they understand what all your hard work and worry is about. Start planning today with one call to Brinkley Financial Group, 704-423-9690. Brinkley Financial Group. They can only succeed when you do.
42-20 here at Northwest Cabarrus High School. As you can hear, the fans are absolutely going crazy for Northwest Cabarrus, trying to breathe a little bit of life into this football team. Kings Mountain still up 42 by 22. 10 minutes and 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter.